Welcome to another edition of the Teachers Are Thoughts series. And when I make videos like this, it's not necessarily just going to be about teachers being 304s. It's just teachers in general who get away with a lot of nothing. Get away with doing nothing so much. So I always had to put videos sometimes where it'll be rare that I'll come across a video where there are grown adults actually holding the teachers accountable. And I love videos like this because I've seen videos from this guy and I like what he had to say. And now I'm a fan. After I saw this, I am a fan now. I am a fan, full-time fan. Here's what he has to say about teachers and them giving homework. Here's what he has to say.
I'm just saying, what they give me? Y'all give me that for? Y'all the one didn't teach me. Y'all the one getting paid. Why you tripping? Okay. So, and by the way, when my children were small, oh no, I was not helping them. And my children went Christian school. I'm not helping y'all beat up on my kids about to help you validate your degree. Quit tripping. My child is not stupid because you a bad teacher. Mr. Goin, your son gets homework done. It ain't homework. Quit tripping. Schoolwork. Y'all didn't finish teaching them in school. I'm paying y'all. Do your job. Don't expect me to do your job when they come home. Did you tell them that? Just like that, with that much attitude. Just like that. I told the principal one day, if you don't want me to send my son to school to backpack full of dishes they didn't get washed last night, stop sending all this junk to my house. We got stuff we want to do. We got a family. We want to do stuff together. My son comes home, works on so-called homework for 6 hours, memorizing a bunch of stuff he'll never use in his life, and you want me to think I'm not a bad parent because I won't go back and relearn it to waste. Now you gonna waste their time and my time? You are some kind of out your mind.
Oh, the truth. The truth sounds so wonderful. The reason why, because I think, people have a tendency to not call out teachers. I think this is one of the reasons why. First of all, it's like there's so much. It's like teachers is a lot of females in that profession. So I think that's one of the big reasons why people don't like calling them out. And number two, because we do need teachers, even though I have kind of an opinion on that end too. There's a reason why AI is about to start taking over teaching roles. That's a whole nother story. I have a bit of a different opinion on that end. And number three, they do in number three, people use public school as free daycare, and people just think dropping your kid off at daycare is the move to go, and it's not. And before I even go into what he said, let me tell you something about daycare. Daycare is full of workers. I'm talking about they just hire anybody. They just hire anybody to work at daycare. They don't really do the check. Anybody can work in daycare, bro. I don't think people really, if people understood the people that work at daycare, they would not be just dropping their kids off at daycare. That you're literally putting your kids in a room full of future drug addicts, future criminals, future kids that are going to get suspended from school, future average run of the mill people. These are just your future bots and future degenerates. At best, they're going to be average. At best, if you're consistent, the people come out that go to daycare. Now, the people that go to a specialized space where they're growing up with the kids that they're ending up going into elementary, because I know people they have a magnet school, right, or a charter school will have a specified space, which is not really daycare. There really is just teachers that are going to be there literally their whole life, and all the kids grow up together and they all go to the same classes. I know specific places like that, or like a Montessori or a private Catholic spot. Now the kids that go through that, or they stay home and have their grandparents look after them, or one of their parents look after them at home, and then that you put them into pre-K and then kindergarten. That's the way to go. You need to look at the successes of those kids. Those are the kids that end up going places. Daycare is not it. I have a prime example in my life that literally 3 prime examples of why not to go to daycare. Anyway, if people do the work, especially I know people right now that are working in daycare. I know they have no business working in daycare. I ain't gonna put them out there. I know them personally. Anyway, now let's go to what he said. The amount of homework I would see these kids taking, man, when I was in high school, even middle school, I'll say this: in middle school, I had mostly A's and B's. I do not remember doing any homework because I was just like, I refused to do that because I had like in middle school, I had so much going on. Like I had orchestra, I had soccer. I remember like even in 7th grade, I was playing on 2 different teams. Yeah, for real. And I had a lot going on, man. So I'm not thinking about like, I was like, let me practice. Oh yeah, I was doing like piano practice, cello practice. Man, I ain't had no time for that use. A lot of the stuff that they was giving me, I'm talking about homework wise, was useless. So I literally did some, and the only times I would like do the homework if it was like math homework or science, homework. Like reading homework, I was not doing unless if it was a project or like it had to be like a project or something like that. History. I don't remember like in my history class in middle school. I don't remember, but a lot of those stuff I knew anyway. So I ended up not even doing homework with that, and I would still get an A in that class. This thing with the homework, man, what people don't understand is a lot of people will not call out teachers for this, but a lot of teachers are lazy. And what they do to help, they don't really know how to manage their time well. And what people don't understand is with teachers, when they were students, they were not good students themselves. Those like teachers, when they were kids, they were average at best students, like pretty good at best, but mostly average at best. I'm talking about C+, B- students. Those are the people that you're dealing with as teachers, especially when you're talking about public school teachers, right? These guys, especially the ladies, these are stacked with student loan debt, don't really have a plan themselves. They like none of them understand talent. So, or they'll like, for example, everybody has been in a class where there was a guy or a girl who was good at math and they didn't really need to show their work. That wasn't me per se, but I knew people like this. And teachers would, most teachers will trip over that for some reason. I do not know why that is. If you get the right answer, they'll be like, prove that you know, and they can just get. There's some people that can just get it like that. That doesn't mean they're like super smart. That's just their thing. But for some reason, most teachers are going to trip over that. And it just completely ruins the experience of understanding that people learn a different way. And because they have this syllabus, it's like anything that goes off course, off the syllabus, they don't know what to do. Or basically anything that goes against the syllabus, it's like you're committing a crime. And so many people go through this. I don't understand how, I do not understand how you can have an English class and have pounds of homework. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, in the books that they give us, it's so insulting to my intelligence. It's like, what a complete waste of time. And there are way too many people that I know, they have certain jobs. I'm talking about a lot of people that went to college, and I'm talking about the jobs that they got, they never once asked them for their degree. It's just a matter of the recommendations they got, who they know. Not necessarily what they know, it's who they know. Especially in America, it's mostly who you know. So the system in and of itself is flawed. The teachers are super flawed. And because the teachers are not great planners themselves, they pass off the work that they weren't able to finish, and they just say, oh, you got to do it for homework. And really, it was just them not planning accordingly, because a lot of them just do not know how to manage their time. And they're not, they just give pounds of homework. And basically, it just like where the learning process, there's no real learning process. It's just those teachers are basically programming you to be bots. The reason like my poli-sci class in senior year of high school, we didn't have a lot of homework. We didn't need it. All we had were the projects, right? And I'm talking about high school, and just certain things here and there, but there wasn't a lot of homework per se. Everything was basically on your own time, and there was a lot of freedom with it. A lot of teachers use this homework thing because simply they just cannot manage their time themselves. They are just as disorganized as the students. And it's about time people start calling them out for it, man. Because people do have lives outside of that. Because there should be no reason why a kid is playing sports, he's doing music or whatever, and in the back of his mind, he has this homework that he has to worry about. And he just hasn't had the time because he has like a game at like 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? There should be certain things for certain people, you know, especially if you're an athlete. They need to have like a special thing where it's like, okay, since you're gonna do this, let's give him a separate program or something like that. You know, that's how real life works. But you know, teachers don't know how to adapt. They're very rigid in their ways, you know, and you know, like for example, also there's like, I don't want to put him out there, but there's a person I know. Actually, let me not put him out there. But basically, you can tell who the people who are teachers, and you can tell who they are. You can tell that they are teachers by professions. They're so caught up in homework. I don't want to call nobody out specifically, that they don't realize like people learn different. People learn differently, man. And I don't think homework is the best way for most people to learn, in my opinion, especially when you're dealing with boys. Now, when you're talking about women, and people were bringing up how women are basically overlapping men in education and all this stuff, and like this kind of stuff that they push, the syllabus, all this stuff, this is basically meant for women to succeed overall in this end. This is why I talk about teachers are thoughts, only because I know most of these teachers are feminists. Most of these teachers are very sexist. And most of these things that they push are very, it's very female centric. So where women are always going to understand why the teacher did this, why the teacher's calling this person out, why the teacher's calling that person out, right? You know, most dudes have always had that experience where it was always an experience where the female teacher would be like, you see, they will like, I remember female teachers back in literally like this is not just a new thing. Like I remember like growing up, teachers would be like, you see, the girls are not making any noise. Look at you boys. What are you boys doing? Like literally, like the teachers were very sexist, like openly sexist, and we just let them get away with it. Same way we let them get away with homework. And really, the only people that will push back against the key to the pushback is when there is a man there, and the man is literally like, hey, stop tripping over my kid, and the teacher will back off. Hence why, like, female teachers, what they do is they make sure they keep in close contact with the mom, and they lie to the mom a lot and put things in the mom's head that end up fucking with the kid once they get home. And homework is a part of that, because they know just that it's manipulation, but it's basically manipulation. So where they have to obey the teacher. It's a power trip. But anyway, let's look at some of these comments. He said, I'm a teacher and I don't believe in homework. As adults, we push the narrative of don't bring work home, but we want kids to do exactly that. Exactly. It's contradictory. Prepare children to work hard while at work and then leave it there so they can also nurture relationships, enjoy hobbies, play and enjoy the short years of their childhood. I agree. Like I said, students in school for 8 hours a day, that's plenty of time for work. She said, and this is why there's a national teacher shortage. And basically this person is blaming, and of course it's a lady. She's blaming the parents. But like I said, this is why men are important in terms of monitoring those. Like I would always say this, me personally, I would recommend, if you're a dad, that you go to the parent teacher conferences alone. Because this is my opinion on this. When because it's mostly female teachers. When female teachers, like female teachers will do shit. Like I've experienced this. Like I will tell my mom back in the day, like I'm telling you, this teacher she's different, and she will not believe me. And then I remember one of the female teachers really did some bold shit to my mom, and she wasn't happy. And what my mom doesn't understand is that was a manipulation tactic. To that it was a manipulation it was a manipulation tactic to piss her off, because the teacher heard I was doing well in life, and she just wanted to put that doubt in her head that I wasn't going to do well. She'd this is like, now when there's a man there, I'm talking about not no sissy, a real dude there. And if you try to do some slick shit, he'll put her in her place and be like, hey, why, on some Bernie Mac shit, watch how you talk to me. Watch how you talk to me. You know what I mean? Or they won't pull it. They won't pull it if a man's there. That's why I say, if you're going to do a parent teacher conference, either have the man go there by himself, or if the mom, just don't have the mom go there by themselves. That's my opinion. I have seen teachers use that like use that as a manipulation. Let me see. He said, no, LMAO, this dude is a bad parent. What? You see, the gardening goat. This has got to be a female-led rant account. He said, I quit teaching because of parents like this, not supportive at all. No. 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 Yeah, the daily homework it's BS. You don't, I'm telling you, especially the AP. I used to feel so bad for those AP kids. They would just give these people pounds of homework, like just ridiculously pounds of homework. It was like for real.